Let me begin by also welcoming you here. It's always a great privilege to interact with colleagues, especially young colleagues from the media. And I want to begin by also saying that I think the coverage has been good, and I think the nation is clearly alert to what is going on in our university sector, and I think that is a fantastic development for our country. And of course, we have to continue to focus the attention on the key issues that confront us in the Fees Must Fall campaign and related matters. So thank you very much. I don't take it for granted. I don't take lightly what you're doing. Today was a hard day, like other days, of course. And I simply want to, from my side, express sincere appreciation. So let me begin by clarifying that UJ presently has two outsourced services. That is for cleaning and for security. It's important also to note that the university has a court order alongside those of the two cleaning service companies that we have contracts with. Each of them have their own court interdicts that instruct student and cleaning service workers to refrain from interfering in the university's operations. So I think it's important to make a distinction that the important activism that we see amongst service workers relate to cleaning service workers and not to security service workers. Let me begin by saying that yesterday 150 outsourced cleaning service workers entered the Kingsway campus, that is this campus, and caused absolute mayhem. They trashed the campus by turning bins upside down and strewing rubbish all over the place. They left bathroom taps running, having blocked the basins, turned tables and chairs upside down and caused chaos at the student centre, burnt a gate guardhouse, tried to force their way into the library on several occasions, banging on the library doors where 5,000 young people were studying for their exams, causing us to evacuate the library on several occasions and placing these young people's lives at risk. I don't think I can overstate enough that to evacuate 5,000 young people out of a library within limited time is quite a significant risk to life and to property. Today again, 30 outsourced cleaning service workers entered the Kingsway campus despite us having locked them out, and continued the disruption of university operations by starting to sing again in front of the library, once again attempted to force their way into the library. Again today we were forced to evacuate the library. That's early morning, just before 11. Once more placing these 5,000 young lives at risk. It appears as if this is, from my point of view, not a random act, but that's directed at disrupting students from preparing for the exams. And this cannot be allowed to continue, especially since undergraduate exams will commence tomorrow. So tomorrow 42,000 undergrad students at the University of Johannesburg commence their examinations. I should say that honours students commenced their examinations last Friday, and that is continuing. But obviously the big shift in the university's rhythm, in its academic rhythm, kicks in tomorrow, Friday the 6th, and again Saturday the 7th. Those are big exam days for us on our four campuses. So in this regard today then, after the disruptive conduct of this group of about 30 cleaning service workers, we had no option but to ask them to leave, which they resisted, and after which we had no choice but to move them away, initially from the library and subsequently off the campus. The group of cleaning service workers today also set fire to university property, removed concrete palisade fencing to gain illegal entry into the university as well. We now have the fire service on standby because there's a real risk that university property will be set to fire. Thus far, no memorandum of demands have been presented to us. In the meanwhile, we have already made 4 statements within the last 10 days regarding our planned insourcing of service workers. For the record, we have established a task team that has its first meeting tomorrow under the chairmanship of Ms. Mpho Letlape. Tomorrow, that work begins. The team that will work with her includes representatives from the labour unions inside the institution, the recognised labour unions, as well as the UJSRC, and obviously we will be having experts as well to advise us. So their brief is to develop the insourcing plan as quickly as possible, with planned implementation early next year, and I emphasise very early next year. This plan will also provide answers to how the university will exit its current contractual obligations, because we can't avoid that. The plan must answer that question. One immediate positive for us that will demonstrate our good intent is that the current contract with our security service provider lapses soon, leaving the opportunity for this group of service workers to be insourced almost immediately once this plan is signed off. One thing that we are sure of is that once insourced, workers will earn what we consider to be a decent wage, which will be a substantial increase on their current earnings. Moreover, as UJ employees, they will also be able to benefit from the university's generous provision of free education to our staff and to their dependents, who of course meet the university's entrance requirements. So I thought that we'd open up then the conversation with a statement.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.